stretching the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. Here's Harris to return it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
They're literally playing 2-in touch in pad speedy. Are you speedy? Hey, Pooty. Don't worry about it, too. We just have to pay shit. I mean, we have to pay.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
You said, what about the third deal? The 15th? You have to pay two. You have to pay two something. You have to pay $230. You have to pay $230 a piece. Like somehow I end up being able to promise a new date to pay $2 something a piece.
Burrow throw.
And the $233 officials got paid $114 and $600.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Boyd. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
That's me with some Dodgers, man. That's all I need to know for that, man. I'm just gonna drown out tonight, get some Dodgers tonight, tomorrow, too.
Here's Burrow.
Get Dodgers and
steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He'll kick it away after 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Pulled in at the 24. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
How did it affect my team, though? How bad is it? Bad. Can you see my screen? Oh, I ain't bad. You post it? Yeah, I posted.
First carry for Najee Harris. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
He said, "Chew clock." Why would I do that, Coleman?
Second and 6. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A quick throw into the hands of Rager. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So if they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
James Williams.
A 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Actually got 100% on me.
Hurts. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
I got those touches here.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense.
And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Steelers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Next play by the Cardinals up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Several of my players hit the ball and they tried to go sending.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
That was so tight.
Here's
So I always
Harris
do
to
it. That
return
was
it.
very good.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn into a shootout. That means your offense has to keep pace.
And he wisely will throw that one away. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
But this dude, the gift the dude said is like you can get 99 standing dunks, 99 rebound, 99 something else.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
It's Kelsey on the ground. And he is going to have a Bengals first down.
I know
This
there's a pretty card
defense
for
unable to
us.
hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Go for you, bum.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
Well, that
And he's
YouTube,
going to
you
be
be a
out
bum.
down inside the 20 at the 15.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
No way.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he's in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
I have no idea.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
From the 27, Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity. Just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll fire it deep for Rager. It got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Throwing is Hurts.
Oh,
throw for Pittman is intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
He won't ever get that play again.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Open man. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That grab another career milestone for him. 900 career catches now.
All right, the applause is beginning, right? The applause is going on. That puts him just outside the top 20 all-time in the NFL. Next in his sights at 9-0.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground.
That you have to
honed in on it and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Other players too. Yeah, I just gotta get 3 interceptions.
He'll look to throw. He'll fire it deep for Rager. He's got a man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll bring up a 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
Now that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They get this out left. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They run for it with Harris. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent. And sometimes...
And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts, eluding the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
All day.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
These two teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh. And to bring it to you, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Oh, 7-7.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll lead here to a third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the third quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at very...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. 20, 5, and he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead. The extra point by Nagar is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw into the hands of Boyd. 7 yards, the pick up there.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice...
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Travis Kelce, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bengals have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
I have to cut you off. Huh?
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And this one is incomplete.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying a deep ball after throwing a pick 6 on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
Flushed out right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away.
4 for 2 or more beyond the 50-yard line.
And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will be down by a member of the kicking team at about the 40-yard line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Bengals drive about to get going.
I'm so confident.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards to loss, 2nd and 12.
Craig thought she's worrying about me. That's why she said that. I gotta take you off, man.
Here's Burrow.
Oh, my Lord, that won't tell you, Lord.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 30 on second down, Hurts. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Room to run past midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Can I even do that?
Hurts. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. The extra point by Nagar is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts. And
keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now it's Burrow. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 50 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we and a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack. Hurts is going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late Still a little time left on the clock, however. Nagar now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the...
Act like you know.